Have you or someone that you know zoned out in class? What about getting stressed because the workload is just too much or the environment doesn't feel comfortable to you? I'm a college student, and whether it be that I've experienced it or someone that I know has experienced it, I know a lot of the things that college students struggle with. If certain aspects in the learning environment were adjusted, then students would be more likely to succeed in their schooling. Today, I'm going to be talking about engaged teaching, flexible seating, anxiety levels, and what happens if a student's anxiety gets too high. So, the way that a teacher approaches the classroom is one of the most important aspects to ensure a better learning environment. If the teachers were always engaged, each student would feel a sense of protection and trust. In Matt O'Leary's book, Teaching Excellence in Higher Education, he stated, "From these definitions, teaching excellence is the work an individual excels at in aiding of student learning." So it's hard for a student to talk when they don't even know if a teacher is listening. The teacher needs to be a more prominent aid on a regular basis so the student knows that they care about their learning. And if each teacher talked to students on how they were doing instead of inside the class and outside of the class, then this would build a sense of trust between them. This would allow the teacher to understand what is going on with each student instead of just showing up to class like clueless. Speaking of showing up to class, students might be more likely to go if there was something called flexible seating. Flexible seating offers each student at least some control on where they sit and how they learn. In 7 Innovations That Are Changing the Classroom, it stated that arranging desks in tidy rows is one way to set up a classroom, but why not give your space a makeover? Offering kids comfy, flexible seating options means that they have some control over where they sit and how they learn. So it's hard to focus when you're sitting in an uncomfortable chair the whole time. Students would be less restless if they can control where they sit. Also, if they aren't forced to sit in the same seat every day, then they can have more control over how they learn too. The text also stated, students have the ability to get up and move around if they want to. The teachers could be more laid back on seating, and then the students would be more willing to move around every day. Students will be more comfortable, while also being more focused. And this can also help with the people that are more tired. Being more tired in the classroom isn't the worst part of it though. The stress and anxiety levels of each student has changed immensely throughout the years. Every college student goes through some type of stress or anxiety, and negative effects can stem from those. In Using Network Science to Understand Statistics Anxiety, it stated, many students experience statistics anxiety, which negatively affects academic performance and necessitates the application of new methods to understand the underlying nature of statistics anxiety. When students don't feel safe in their environment, they start to get anxious, and anxiety can lead to a number of stress, and it can make it worse for a number of students in college too. The text also stated that increased levels of anxiety have a negative impact on academic achievement. So it can lead to a lot of negative actions like not doing homework, not showing up to class as much, and then students can start turning to things like drugs or alcohol to make themselves feel better. And if anxiety gets to be too much, students will have to make appointments with therapists instead of being able to go talk to their teachers or students like they would like to. Across campuses, stress levels have gotten more serious for all students, not just ones at certain colleges, and they are increasingly rising. According to a recent study of more than 100,000 students nationwide by the Center for Collegiate Mental Health at Penn State, it states this: more than half of students visiting campus clinics cite that anxiety is a health concern for them. And if students can't get through the day without anxiety, then they're not going to be able to successfully get through one class. Despite this, anyone can get stressed over classes, and they can talk to therapists if it gets really bad. That is okay. The therapists even say that they never know who's going to walk in the door, so they don't even expect it sometimes. It is very good to talk to someone who is trained, but it shouldn't be a common occurrence. And it could be solved if the environment was better and if the teachers participated with that more. In conclusion, there are obviously many aspects that play into the stressful life of a college student. Students want to succeed. That's why they go to college, to get an education and a degree. They just need the support and assistance. So, more engaged learning can help the students grow. If seating was more flexible, then the student and even the teacher can feel more comfortable. And we want to prevent high stress levels so academic attendance doesn't decline. So let's not get it to the point of having to see a therapist. Colleges need to improve all of these things so that each and every student can get through their years of schooling successfully. Thank you.